Next, we are going to make another hole inside of this. This hole can be drawn on the right plane. So I select right plane, and then I'm going to press Ctrl 8, which shows you the view normal to the plane, and then select circle. Perfect. Next, we can go back and smart dimension. And this is going to have a diameter of 18. Oh, okay. I realize that now it actually didn't draw on the right plane, but that's okay. Now we can go up to Features and select Extruded Cut. Now I'm just going to select this inner circle. And I'm going to select through all in both directions. Perfect. Next step is going to be making a new plane, but this time it's going to be offset 30 millimeters. So again, select right plane, reference geometry, and plane. Now we can change the default from 10 to 30. We can also go and hide this plane 1 because we're done with that for now. So right click, press the hide button, and there we go. Again, I'm going to press Ctrl 8 to view this plane normal, and then I'm going to right click and start a new sketch. Now we're going to go up to the rectangle command and select the drop down and select center rectangle. We're going to start this from the center of this circle and just hover around the middle until you find this X in the center. Now click and drag outwards, and we can dimension this to a square being 35 by 35. Perfect. Now we can go up to Features and select Extruded Cut. You can see it's showing us a preview of how much it wants to take out. We want to reduce this to 3 millimeters. And then we're also going to do something which is called a draft, which if you click this button right here, that will turn on this setting. And what this does, it will either angle the walls of the extrusion inwards or outwards. In this case, we want it to draft inwards, and the angle is going to be 20 degrees. You can see it change the preview. It's angled inwards a bit. And now we can select OK. Now that we have that, the next thing we can do is we want to get the same cutout on the other side. That can be done using the mirror command. Simply select mirror. The face or plane that we want to mirror about, in this case, it's going to be the right plane. So we can go down to this drop down and select right plane. Now Features to mirror. We can go into the feature tree here and see that this cut extrude was the last thing that we selected. We can select that and you can see it made the preview on the other side. Next, we can select the green check mark and hit OK. Now we have the cutouts on both sides. Perfect. Now we can hide this plane as well. Right click and hit hide. Next, we can use the chamfer command, which is under the drop down under fillet. These operations are both similar and different, which is why they're grouped together. Select chamfer, and we're going to excuse me, we're going to have a distance of 1 millimeter. Going to select this outer edge of this circle and same on the other side, and press OK. You can see it put a little bit of a angle, or proper term is chamfer. Alright, we have one step left, and then we will have our completed piston. This final operation is going to start on the right plane again. So we can select right plane, go up to the sketch tab, and select sketch. Excuse me. Next, we can select the center point arc tool. The first click we're going to want to do is going to be at the center of this circle. And then we can draw an arc sort of arbitrarily underneath this circle like that. Perfect. Now we want to do a geometric sketch relation. Again, we can do this by holding down the Control button on the keyboard. And I'm going to select these 2 points. And now I want to make them horizontal. You can see it moves just a tiny bit. Next, we want to use the spline tool, and we're going to select that. Start at this endpoint, click one time right here in the center, and then down at the bottom again. Now we can press escape to get out of the spline tool. Now we have this shape right here. Now you can see all these lines are blue, so we want to use the Smart Dimension tool and give them some dimensions so they become fully defined. The radius of this arc is going to be 15 millimeters. And now we can dimension the spline. Starting at this center, or this middle point on the spline, we can select here and the bottom right corner of the piston. This dimension is going to be 11. Now we can go again from the center point to this bottom corner. Oops. Make sure I'm in the tool. Select that point and the bottom right corner, and this is going to be 12. Now, between this endpoint of the spline and this corner again, we can make that 6. One more dimension to do for this, which is from this first point of the spline to this same corner. that is going to be 20. And we can hit OK. Now you can see all of the lines turn black again, which means this is fully defined. Now we can mirror this spline to this side. Going to select Mirror Entities. Now we just follow the prompts. The entity we want to mirror, we can simply click on this one line. And then the plane we want to mirror about, that in this case is not going to be the right plane. If I hover over it, you can see. But when I hover over the front plane, you can see that goes down the middle of it in this orientation. So we're going to select that. You can see it gave us this preview right here. And I'm going to press OK. Now I'm going to close off this part with a line on the bottom and select the check mark. Now that I have that, I'm going to use the extruded cut tool again. And this is also going to be through all in both directions. And I'm going to press OK. Finally, I want to add some fillets to some of these bottom edges, and then this piston will be done. The radius of all of these fillets are going to be 2 millimeters. And then I can go through and select all of these contours. If I select on a line that I didn't mean to, I can go back up here, right click and press delete. Again, I want to do this side as well. So I will go through and carefully click on that shape. And then I can press OK. All right. To look at our part, I'm going to press Control 7, which will put it in a isometric view. And that's a pretty good view of the part. Thanks for tuning in.